Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go. Is it all chopped?
Oh yeah, you're chopping bad.
Really bad?
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what though? I'm not hardwired in, so let me.
No. You could try that. See if that makes a difference, but I don't think it's going to.
Okay.
You know, it sounds okay on the YouTube recording.
Okay, you're back now, normal.
Does it sound okay?
You keep talking.
My internet, something's really wrong with my internet.
Okay.
I'm going to just go ahead and go with it because it sounds fine. There we go. It sounds fine. I'm listening back to the YouTube thing, and it sounds fine when I'm talking. So it's not.
You've cleaned up,
clear?
though. You've cleaned up. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do this thing. Chris's cousin passed, by the way.
Oh, man.
Yeah. 56. Went in to have some teeth pulled and had massive brain injuries or brain damage.
What?
Yeah, it's horrible.
From having her teeth pulled?
Him. When he went in to get his teeth pulled, when they put him under, he had I guess they couldn't get him out or something, and he ended up suffering massive brain trauma or brain damage. So it's awful.
Wow.
Yeah, and like Chris is like, they weren't really close, but at the same time, I mean, this hits really close to home. So
yeah,
this is tough. So we were supposed to record Disturbed tonight. I don't think we want to talk about American Horror Story after that. So
no. I get that.
Yep. So let's do this thing.
All right.
Now that I've bummed us out. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm waiting for you.
Welcome to the Nuff Said podcast. It's season 4, episode 4 of Agents of S.4e4. Let me stand next to your fire. The worst read of that title in history. I'm Rob Southgate. With me is
Alil Kanitsa.
Hello, Alil.
Hello, Rob.
So mine might sound a little choppy. I've been fighting internet issues all week. I had to upload a video to YouTube. Okay, it was a 2-hour video, a play that I shot. Those usually take about 3 hours to upload. Take a guess. We're going to play a game. Take a guess how long it took to upload it.
8 hours.
Let's try keep going.
12 hours.
Let's double that.
24 hours?
It sat here and it would go 1 more percent. And I'm like, I'll keep waiting.
Wow.
1 more percent. And I was like, you know what? Until it crashes, I'm going to let it go. And it ended up working out fine. So
that is crazy.
So if it sounds like garbage, that is why. So let's talk about this. We finally got some more action, some more stuff going on. I'm glad we got a lot of Ghost Rider this time. I could have used a little more, but I'm still glad.
Wait, we got a lot of Ghost Rider?
No, we got more.
Okay.
We got some.
We got more of Ghost Rider compared to what? Compared to
the last
Ghost
week?
Rider? Well, last week there was no episode. So yes, okay, you're right.
Okay, 2 weeks ago. We had Ghost Rider in the first episode, and after that, we haven't really had much.
Well, we had him in the second episode where at the very end he saved Fitz and them, right? That was in the second episode.
I don't remember. So the third episode, there was none, though, right? Was there?
I can't remember.
What does it matter? We got some Ghost Rider. I thought it was fun.
No, it wasn't fun.
You didn't like it.
I like what they're planning on here. But what I hated the most was they cut the fight scene right when they got going.
That made me crazy. How about the fact that he got the flaming chain?
And he kept it. I like that he kept it.
But just as it gets around the guy's waist, they cut to a commercial. What? Everything happened off screen.
It was so bad. Like, when that happened, I looked at my wife and I'm like, we're not coming back to this fight. Like, you're not going to see anything.
And
then, of course...
And then we got a really cheesy fireworks scene.
Well, not even that, but, like, he comes out as Robbie instead of as so Coulson hasn't
He
even
should have
seen
been Ghost Rider. He should have been dragging him out head on fire and then flamed off right in front of him. That would have been cool.
That's what Coulson needed to see. Coulson hasn't seen the flaming head yet.
No, I know.
If that's a thing all season that Coulson doesn't get to see him,
no, that'll be weakness if that doesn't if he doesn't get to see what happened here, especially since he's a fanboy, that would be lame. So I was happy with it though because we got some Ghost Rider, we got some Daisy. Like the whole time I'm watching, I'm thinking, okay, they're throwing stuff in the background here. Everybody's angry. We got Quake. We got some things dropped in there. I mean, like Ada, this is going to be a big deal. This is a big part of the storyline, and I think going forward we're going to get a lot more of that.
I think Ada is going to be a part of the storyline the second half of the season.
I do too. I think they're going to keep doing this where they drop hints and we get ideas about it, but I agree. And I hope they've gone to what we said all last season, which was they need to go to this same formula that like Once Upon a Time has. First half of the season, Ghost Rider. Second half of the season, something completely different. If they do that, if they keep making these like half-season story arcs, have hints dropped throughout, it makes it a much stronger show.
Yeah.
Rather than let's stretch it out to try to make it to 23 episodes. Hey, Nick Fury's here.
It just depends on how much Ghost Rider we get and what happens to Robbie's story. Because
if he ends up sitting on the plane on the bus, and then every once in a while, like flame on, and Coulson never sees it, it's going to get old really fast.
Yeah, and
plus, how did we not see Lola fly in this episode?
I wanted him to be. Well, that's what should have happened in the car chase.
The thing should have flamed on.
Off. You should have. Well, like in that car chase, like when he was chasing Robbie when they were doing a little car thing, he should have lifted off of Lola. Just totally throw Robbie off.
Yes,
then he would.
Robbie should have flamed on there too.
Yep.
Because we already have seen, like Mac has seen the car. They know about this stuff. They know this is the guy. Why not have it happen there? Even if you don't want to have it happen, live in front of Coulson's face, have the car flame on. Have the flaming skull going in the car where Coulson's like, that's our guy.
Yeah.
And then Lola in the air again, because we've only seen that, first episode?
Yeah, I think so.
What a waste.
I don't know. Maybe their budget was cut. I don't know. So little Ghost Rider is, to me, it's...
Or maybe the Ghost Rider is super expensive, so they use him very sparingly. And we're going to have like one episode late in the season where they really blow it out.
It could be it. I mean, they need to. I mean, they did okay with the Quake and Ghost Rider fight scene. Still wasn't enough. It was a lot. Yeah. So far this season,
a lot of teases.
Yeah, it reminds me of the recent Godzilla movie where all the cool fight scenes are happening off screen or things are going around it where you don't see what's going on.
Right,
and that's kind of what
that's a bad choice.
Right now. And that's and again, I get it. You don't want to, give everything out. Because if you give a huge Ghost Rider scene early on, then it's expected every week.
Right.
If you keep teasing it, I get it. But you can't have that fight scene and cut it right when he catches that chain. You cannot.
No, that was ridiculous. Right as he gets the chain, and that's what we've been waiting for, right? As soon as he grabbed that chain and it lit on fire, I'm like, here comes Ghost Rider. This is perfect.
It's what it should have given us at least a couple minutes before they did that cut and then fly through the fire, break through the fireworks factory or whatever they were at.
The fireworks factory was dumb.
But you knew, you knew that was going to happen.
Oh, totally. What's that guy's name? Is it Pyro? I can't remember what his name was.
I can't remember either because that's what everybody thought the tease was. The initial tease for this season
was that it was him.
Yeah, because they saw the flaming chain. They're like, "Oh, he had the flaming chain in last season." And nope, Ghost Rider. But no. I don't know. This season, this episode set up a little bit more. Again, more set up. We're after the book. I forgot what the book was called now. I don't know if that's canon. I need Charlie.
Book. Yeah, Charlie will know.
Charlie,
he'll
why
definitely have it.
aren't you watching this on YouTube Live, Charlie?
Yeah, really, man. You guys should
I need to know if this book is canon. I didn't look it up. I didn't have time to.
And we also did this at the right time. Like, we're right on time, Charlie. Here, I'm going to write on Nuff Said's thing and see if I can't get him to answer.
But so I don't know if it's canon. I do like the fact that we're not getting Inhuman Ghost Rider, what I was afraid of. I'm glad that's kind of been dropped. It doesn't seem that has anything to do with what happened with Robbie. But I don't know what this book is, and is this book the reason he became Ghost Rider? I don't know.
Right.
Because we're getting an origin somewhere around here.
Are we?
I think we're going to figure out what happened to him.
I'm not convinced we're going to get an origin. I think we're going to get him telling his story of what the origin is. Let's fix that a little bit. And I have a feeling we're going to get his story, but I don't know if we're going to get a real origin story. I think that he's going to say, I made a deal with the devil because, my brother losing his ability to walk, and I wanted to get revenge, and that's how this all happened. I don't know if we're going to see all this play out, and I don't know. I mean, I kind of hope that's all it is, so it's left kind of ambiguous, like, well, he's saying he made a deal with the devil, but what really happened? If they show us him getting this thing and thinking, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I thought that they were going to go a little bit further and kind of explain it a bit more.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, I like that, at the end of the day, it's probably the case that they're going to solve is going to get Robbie's uncle free. And that might kind of tie him up to be kind of more taking his talents around rather than just keeping himself in East LA.
Yeah.
But I don't like him joining the SHIELD agents. Like, he shouldn't just be like, we're going to keep you on this, and you're going to be one of, you're going to be our hard hitter. Like, I don't know if I like that yet. Like, it was okay here because they were using him to get some information. They had to make a detour.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I don't want to see, like, him and May and Daisy all, like, in this big, like, room fighting bad guys and whatever.
Do you think that's going to happen, though?
I don't know. It seemed like that's kind of what they were setting up. I am just not sure.
Okay, I'm looking through threads here. I see nothing about this book. I see nothing about it being canon. I don't know. I think it might just be a plot device.
Which is fine. I mean,
for these ghost things, whatever they are.
And that's fine. And it's a good story. It's opening up some other stuff. I'm okay with that not being part of, like, comic lore.
I'm okay with not knowing what the story is too. Like, I mean, if you're going to build like a comic book story, I think it's a good one. I think it's something original, and it's not the direction they were going originally with the series. I like this. I do like the Watch Dogs thing. You totally knew that he was setting them up too, right?
Oh yeah.
I love how
when he was fumbling around with his
forever
keys.
with that thing, and you're like, okay, either the watchdogs are inside, or he's going to open it up and it's going to blow him up, or there's going to be something. So, and how observant are these guys that they don't notice that there's no locks on, like, the ones behind it?
It was dumb, but,
It was dumb, but I really liked the episode. I had fun with it.
Yeah, I didn't mind it at all. I like that it kind of brought the band back together.
Yes.
Well,
and I think Daisy is back. I think this was a good way to do it. Like, she's had her time out in the field. She's had her time being rogue. She was not like, I'm back, but she saw that Coulson wasn't, he wasn't going to reprimand her. He's just like, it is what it is.
Right.
And we're a team, and now we're going to work. I'm okay with this resolution. It works for me.
Yeah, but there's going to be something coming here because there's no way the director is going to let this sit the way it is. I mean, he might trust Coulson with everything else, but I think Charlie wrote the book is the Darkhold, but Charlie is the Darkhold like in the comics. I don't remember. I don't think I've ever heard of this. I don't know if it's something tied with Doctor Strange. I would be curious if this is tied to Doctor Strange.
That would be interesting. And they did make a point of saying it's an ancient book and all that, you know.
Yeah,
I just wrote the
and
Darkhold.
That the Red Skull, that Whitehall, all these people have been searching this book out. So maybe.
Yeah. We said
I'm intrigued
Whitehall. Oh, you know what? It is canon. Also known as the Book of Sins because it is the corrupting influence from its spells. The Darkhold was written billions of years ago by the elder god Chthon. Chthon, yeah. Containing dark magic. Alaric, the bad monk. Oh, man. Doctor Strange.
Oh, there you go. There's the Doctor Strange tie-in. Maybe
wow.
We'll get some Doctor Strange stuff here. I doubt it, but you know.
Oh, it's owned by Doctor Strange.
So he has it? Can you imagine if they show up, if S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up at his door?
Yeah. But this is, according to the Marvel Wiki, the owner of this book is Doctor Strange.
Huh. Well, that's something that I'm glad I didn't know that. I mean, I haven't read a lot of Doctor Strange. I usually, you know, only when he teams up with the Avengers or Spider-Man
or that Doctor Doom comic. That was awesome.
True.
You ever read that one?
I did.
I thought that was that. We remember it on the Mighty Club. Not that you ever pay attention, but
so
do you know what that is? Alil, please.
You're buzzing out.
Oh, do you know what that is? The Mighty Nuff Said Reading Club.
Of course, I know your Mighty Nuff Said Reading Club.
I can't tell.
It's not
mine. It's ours.
Well, I'm not a part of it. I can't read. No.
John,
it's a hard time for me right now. I'm doing my 31 days of horror. I've got the baseball playoffs going on, and
so many things.
You know, I'm cleaning video games. It's so tons of stuff.
I gave you big old load of them.
You should have seen. I was sitting on my floor. I got Clorox wipes. I got cleaner. I'm just cleaning all the nooks and crannies. Everything looks brand.
We're talking about the gates, right?
No. You never use Clorox wipes
on butter.
I use a lot of Clorox wipes. It gives a good tang, good buzzing. What is?
Oh my gosh, Charlie is writing it up here.
Well, tell him to call in.
Yeah, man.
Stop writing.
If he's the one viewer and I passed along the info, I mean seriously, man. Yeah, now Phil's writing it. Okay, listen to Super Connectivity this week because I have a feeling they'll be talking all about the Darkhold and Doctor Strange.
Yes, they will fill you in the blanks where our old minds can't comprehend anymore.
So the Ada thing. I
like that Simmons was able to walk in and know
that was fantastic. And didn't miss a beat. She's like, "Oh, she's really beautiful. Is that why you're spending so much time here?" Yeah, it's so lifelike, so real. It's like, what? But this sucks for her because he's like, "What happens when you have to go in for your lie detector?" And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" "Oh, it's tomorrow."
Yeah,
so
it's gonna
a problem.
This is gonna cause. It'll be that third layer of tension.
Yeah,
we've maybe even fourth, I guess, at this point, because we've got the Ghost Rider story with these ghost things in the Darkhold book. You've got the Watchdogs kind of all over the place because they're not going to leave that because we've got that senator involved. We've got the new director, and now we've got this Ada line, and it's going to sever this team, this core team, from the rest of the S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing is they work the best when they're together and in the shadows and dark. And I think that's how this is going to build up because they're going to have issues with the director. He's going to have trust issues. It'll probably bring it back, tying in with the senator and all this stuff and how, you can't trust S.H.I.E.L.D. because you got your guys going rogue. You got all this and that. And I think that's how it's going to kind of be that overlining tension throughout this season.
Yeah, I agree. I like how that story is developing, and I hope that it doesn't just become something that kind of goes away, because that's another thing that we kind of see on this show. They'll set something really cool up, and then it either doesn't really go off, or it kind of just fades into the background.
Yeah,
and this is one that I hope that doesn't happen with.
I do think that I don't. It's hard to say, but I think we're gonna have this Inhuman element, but I don't think we're gonna be getting like new Inhumans. I think a lot of this stuff is gonna. Is that Charlie?
Yes, Charlie has joined us.
Coming in. Give me a second. I'm trying to find my headphones.
Okay, well, we're going to talk. We're going to keep talking, Charlie, but we want to talk to you.
So I think what's going to happen here is like the Inhuman element of bringing in new Inhumans is going to stop or cease for the rest of the season. I think they've got enough things in the pot going on.
I think the only thing we're going to get with Inhumans, and this is what I think is going to happen. First half of the season is Ghost Rider. Second half is Secret Warriors. That's what she was essentially getting at tonight before he betrayed her, when she was saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. She is putting a little team. She had her team last year. She called it the Secret Warriors. That is not over. Yo-Yo is going to be part of it. She is going to find, I would say we're going to get at least a couple Secret Warriors that are going to be part of it. Maybe, I mean, I know that Ada is tied to Squadron Supreme. Is Charlie just bashing his head into this thing?
There we go. I'm back. I'm sorry, guys.
He's got a headset, Mike.
But
yeah.
You know, I know Ada is tied to the Squadron Supreme, but maybe she will be tied to this Secret Warriors group before we get that introduced. Maybe that's something that they're planning for, like, next year, next season, because they haven't really done anything with the Secret Warriors yet.
True.
Well, okay, as far as the Secret Warriors go.
Oh, here he goes.
Okay, so in last issue, and I just want you to know I'm violating my civic duty because I turned off the debates to join you guys. But then again, I'd rather talk comic books than politics.
I was going to say, the debate is a comic in its own.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, it does have a supervillain, so there you go.
Multiple.
Yes.
But Jessica Jones can fight Orange Man, so.
Yes. The only person creepier than Kilgrave. Yes. Okay, moving right along.
Hey, Charlie, take your mic and pull it away from your mouth a little bit.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah, you're just.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out the mic because I had Dave tell me that like when I was, because I used to put it like very far up so I didn't breathe into it. He was saying I was a little too quiet.
Nope, you're not too quiet. You're not too quiet.
Yeah.
Nice and high up. It keeps you from distorting. Okay. You're still distorting some, but that's a lot better.
Okay, let me just. There we go.
How's that works. That works.
There we go. Yeah, no, it's a good mic. I mean, it's all. Yeah. It's a good system. Okay, and I'm on my phone, so. Okay, so so here's my take on this season, because we have this two-pronged thing, and here's my biggest thing about this season. This season is trying very hard to tie back to the past, and I think that seems to be where they're going with this, because you have the Darkhold and the Ghost people tie expressly back to the last round of Agent Carter, in which you had the Dark Dimension and Zero Matter, which resulted in the ghosting of a human being.
Oh, right. I forgot that. That doctor,
yes, and and don't these ghosts look exactly like that?
Charlie, that's why we wanted you on. I forgot that totally. Did you forget?
Actually, they don't look like that though. These ghosts actually look like ghosts.
Yeah, well,
while Doctor, I forgot what his name was. He looked like a person. He just was like see through. I don't know. Maybe
these guys have also been rotting away for a while too.
Yeah, these guys have been rotting. These guys have been hidden away, but they also were in a more advanced system. So, like the previous Doctor just got blasted through by the Zero Matter. You know, these people were using and this I think was the key of the and this is an interesting question within this, is exactly how far into magic Marvel is going to go. Because we got the line in the last
Well, it's going to be pretty far because Doctor Strange is about to come out.
Yeah, okay, is that magic or is that alien science?
I know. I think you said that on one of your other shows. It's going to be magic.
Well, I mean, they did say that the eye is a stone.
Exactly. They did make that. They made that. It's weird now because now there's more rumors coming out. Oh, it might be the time stone. It's actually, didn't they explicitly say the Eye of Agamotto was the time stone 6 months ago? But because they did that to quiet the Chinese censors, as I always say.
Yeah. Yes.
Because they don't want to get.
Did they say? They don't want to get. We say it because sometimes we say
no.
Stuff
They said
it's all garbage. Okay.
No. They did say it. No, I don't know. I want to say it was Feige expressly said that the Eye of Agamotto is the time stone.
Okay.
That is on record from Feige himself months ago at the early stages of Doctor Strange before they started shooting, and now they're saying, "Oh, is there a time element to Doctor Strange?" Because now they're doing more math. Essentially, they did small stuff for the nerd audience early.
Okay.
And then now they're doing for the mainstream audience where they're maintaining an illusion of spoiler prevention. And here's a rumor, but they actually already established that statement.
Sure.
Well,
that's part of the social media campaign that they use. I get that.
Yeah. I mean, there's different audiences.
All right, Charlie, we have you on for a specific reason.
Okay. What am I here for?
The Darkhold.
Yes.
Now, this is canon. We just figured this out. According to the wiki, Doctor Strange owns it.
Okay, well... Okay, if you really want to crush everything right now... so here's what the Darkhold... Okay. The Darkhold is a mystical book created by Chthon, who is one of the three elder gods.
Look how he just rolls off the name. Here, you and I are stumbling through it.
Yeah. So, well, there were three elder gods. There's Gaia, who is the force of life, Set, and Chthon. Set is a god of death. Chthon is the god of magic, which I'm guessing is meant to be sort of an in-between force between life and death. At some point, Chthon and Set were driven out of our plane of existence. Only Gaia remained. So you can argue that Gaia is the more powerful entity and drove Chthon and Set away. Set created the serpent crown so that he could one day return through the corruption of one of the creatures that is part of Gaia's energy, which is all sentient beings. That they can become possessed by the serpent crown, and that can create a situation in which Set can return. Chthon created the Darkhold, which likewise...
That's your favorite, isn't it, Alil?
Yeah. Of course it
held all dark magical knowledge so that it could be used to one day return him. Now, the Book of Vishanti is considered the equal and opposite book. The Book of Vishanti is the book of light magic. Now,
she was great on American Idol, too.
Who exactly the Vishanti are isn't quite as clear.
We have Charlie here, spewing amazing knowledge, and here comes Rob with his dumb jokes, cutting in.
Yeah. Jeez. I mean, the Vishanti are arguably akin to the Beyonders. They're creatures that are not from our plane. Chthon, Gaia, and Set all came from our plane. And all other gods hold some sort of relationship to them. The Vishanti exist on another plane of existence and their book of energy, their book of magic is the Book of Vishanti, which with Doctor Strange also owns. Now, in the current Doctor Strange arc, there was a whole kerfuffle with the empirical, which is basically super science Superman coming from another universe to destroy all magic, and it's said in that Doctor Strange's entire library was destroyed when all magic was destroyed. whether or not that includes the Book of Ashanti and the Book of the Darkhold is questionable, especially since these are books that are not written by people, but were actually mystically created objects. So as an example, the Darkhold is a book, but it does not necessarily have to be a book. It could be a scroll. It is a mystical, almost like a cosmic cube. Yeah, it's a magic item. It'll take the form so that you can read it, because its entire purpose is to give you magical power to help bring Chthon to this universe. It was originally buried under Mount Wundagore, which of course is where Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were both born, and also where the High Evolutionary created his whole mess of things.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, no, the Darkhold's ancient. This goes back, honestly, to when Marvel owned Conan.
This is kind of a big deal that they're introducing this here, right?
This is like the biggest deal ever. This is like evidence that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got the Darkhold is basically the truce between Perlmutter and Feige. It is the statement from Feige that all is forgiven.
You know what? I actually was thinking that not because of this. Now that you say that, it makes it stronger. I was thinking it because it was very clear when Coulson name-checked Red Skull and Whitehall and
yeah, but they name-check everyone.
But he was tying it back in. There was a reason they
Whitehall
did that.
Is part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The only thing
and it also came out this week that Feige had said you're going to see everybody in the movie.
Well, he didn't say you were going to see everybody. He said
you watch. Ghost Rider's going to be there.
I know, but I'm saying somebody asked him the question. He said spoilers.
From
yes, he said spoilers. Alilo's right. I read the article as well. He said spoilers.
So I mean, I like that idea because I mean,
let's just go with my idea. It's everybody.
Well, you know what? Here's what I'm going to say. If you get Luke Cage or Daredevil, and honestly, who you're going to see is you're going to see Luke Cage in
the full yellow with the chain.
No. Well, what you're going to see, if you see it, what you're going to see is that as comets are falling down on the Earth, you're going to see somebody trapped and Luke Cage lifting the building over the person so they can get out. And it's going to be like a 5-second cameo. Yeah, Sweet Christmas.
All right.
You're going to see a 5-second cameo, and that's going to be Luke Cage.
Characters in this, of course, they're going to be fighting.
Well, exactly. But that's the point.
You're going to have all the Defenders doing their thing in New York,
right? And you're probably going to get a short bit of them doing their thing as a team.
Yeah, and you might
get them all out of the way.
I mean, we might not even get Spider-Man in this. We don't even know how long Spider-Man will even have screen time. They're still negotiating that kind of stuff. So I mean, there's a good shot that even Spider-Man would be in a throwaway scene like this, maybe in part 1 or whatever. They're in the Infinity War, but maybe have a bigger role in the sequel, whatever it's going to be.
But Spider-Man's a street level character,
right?
Anyway.
Exactly. So which is fine. But Spider-Man does go up into space. I mean, come on, he got the Venom suit in the Secret Wars. I mean, the Secret Wars was a lot of Spider.
But that's going to be our third movie.
He also had that white. He also had that white spider suit, the space suit. That was cool.
Yeah, but that was only when he joined the Fantastic Four.
I had that.
Until Fox gives Marvel back Fantastic Four, which could happen, and there's a lot of thought, there's a lot of discussion.
That's all coming from me. Mark my words, it's going to happen. That a lot of discussion came out of me.
No, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. I don't think
Charlie's serious about all of it.
I'm very
Future Foundation Spider-Man.
Have you met me, Rob? I don't know. Yes, I take this stuff insanely seriously.
That's the wrong Spider-Man, Alil. There is one where he had like silver puffy outfit.
Oh, you're talking about the armored Spider-Man.
Didn't he take that into space?
No, that was just an armor suit that he got. It wasn't in space, but that was in the
I threw him
in the 90s cartoon.
And I
they had that in
space.
In the 90s cartoon, they had that at the end of the series. That it was a alternate version of Spider-Man made that iron suit.
Okay,
but he also has the cosmic Spider-Man costume.
Yeah,
he's got,
that's
like the webbing. He's got like the stars.
Yeah, I had like a.
That's when he was Captain Universe.
Yeah, Captain Universe. Thank you. Nice. I thought it was
Captain Universe Spider-Man.
Okay, Captain Universe Spider-Man.
No, it's well the being there's the Captain Universe Force, which will occasionally seize someone and grant them basically omnipotent superpowers for like a week.
I need that.
Or for a day. Although in some situations, Spider-Man was able to hold it forever until in one alternate universe he kept it and he basically maintained peace and order and ultimate power with ultimate responsibility until Morlun ate him. Well, not Morlun, but Morlun's father. I forget who Morlun's father was.
Charlie, more important than the book or anything else, when did the mustache come off?
Oh, the mustache came off. I put it to a vote on Facebook, and like every guy I knew said, "Oh, keep the mustache; it's cool." And every woman I knew said, "No, mustaches aren't cool." And so I said, "Okay." So apparently,
man says they're
mustache. Yeah. I don't think he steps out much on his wife. That's all I'm going to say.
My wife won't let me shave mine off. So
okay, well there you go. So of course, you know what, Alil, you're swarthier than I am.
Plus, you'd look like Baymax if you shaved it off. So she's trying to have at least a little masculinity.
And if I shave my head too, because like the hair's going here.
Yeah, give it a week. You don't have to shave it.
Yeah, I used to shave my head. I used to do the full Luthor, but
did you?
Oh yeah, I had it when I first started with you guys. I had the full Luthor. I was.
I was going to say, well, you know what? This isn't this is a Google Live. That's what I call when I get a bikini wax.
Full Luthor.
Okay. Oh, gross. All right.
No judgment, Alil.
All right.
You be you. You be you. Okay.
We got to wrap this one up. We got to wrap this one up. What else do you have to say really quick, Charlie? And then we're going to pull out of this one.
Okay, real quick. Mark my words. Before the end of this season,
yes,
we're going to get a flashback with Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter. We're going to reveal Jim Hammond as the proto LMD because we saw him in the Stark Expo, and we're going to find out that Jeff Mace, when he was the Patriot and possibly as Captain America, dated Peggy Carter. Mark my words. Before the end of this season.
Yeah, I can see Jeff Mace being the husband that Peggy had.
Right, the one that we never found out about.
Mm-hmm.
That one I think you could be right on. Actually, I like all of that. I hope that all is what's happening. I like it. All right, Charlie. Well, you'll get credit for that one. Alil and I don't take credit for that one.
Well, that's fine.
Okay,
I've been saying it on other podcasts, so it's fine.
As long as
take as much as you want.
As long as Phil gets no credit.
Phil gets no credit for it.
No. Phil is a good man.
Yes,
I will not speak ill of my
ill of Phil.
Then why did you come on this show?
He is the Edward Nygma to my Cobblepot. It is.
Oh wow! Well, he's the Edward to this show.
Yeah, Edward, our Edward puppet that we have from This Week in Geek. That's what he is.
No, I love Phil. I do. I do reading club with him. It's fun.
Yes.
So
he's
all
awesome.
Right. He is. Look, he just got a little bit of love on Nuff said. He'll be all excited. All right.
Such a fanboy.
Any final thoughts? Anybody?
No. I just gave mine.
All right, Alil, you got nothing?
No, I mean, I think Charlie's pretty. I thought that Jeffrey Mace was going to be revealed to have that that.
And now we have Ada
connection.
There's lots of connections to Squadron Supreme too. So
that too, that could come out. That could be huge end of the season kind of thing. If we're talking
well, here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Ada is very close to Zarda. Zarda is the real name of Power Princess, who is the Wonder Woman pastiche from Squadron.
Yeah,
right, and that would make a lot of sense with the direction it appears that this is going. So, Charlie,
although for what it's worth, did you notice that Ada reprogrammed herself? She said that she was programmed not to lie.
Yes.
And then when she was told lying can be okay sometimes.
Did she reprogram herself, or did she, because they said that she starts to...
Well, she starts to learn.
Right. So when he said that, did she learn it, or did she go back and say, I need to change my protocol?
I think she learned it.
Well, yeah.
I think she learned it too.
Yeah, it's a learn, but I agree with Charlie saying, I mean, because it is AI, it's still reprogramming yourself. I mean, you were
right. Technicalities.
So as soon as someone says, well, sometimes you gotta take the bad guy out, she's gonna say, oh, okay. And that's when she becomes Warrior Woman Zarda as opposed to Power Princess Zarda, and then that's when we have to have the big final throwdown with the Inhumans and the Squadron Supreme with Ward as Wizard. I'm pushing that.
Ward is not coming back.
Yeah, I don't think
Ward is coming. No, they love the actor, so they want to find a way to bring him back. And
but they brought him back for 3 seasons.
Yeah, I
think we're done with him.
We've had enough reliving of Ward in so many ways. We've had the Ward we I guess fell in love with. Then we had the turncoat Ward. Then we had the Ward trying to redeem himself. Then we had and then we had Hive Ward. I mean, I don't.
Well, that's why you bring Ward back as Wizard, because it's a completely different character. It's a character that is going to be like a Barry Allen Flash. He's the fast, positive 1940s kind of good guy hero, played by that same actor, who then has to come to terms with his programming versus who he's based on who his engrams are based on. And so then that becomes his arc.
That they're going to build a Ward?
Yeah, they build an LMD that looks exactly like Ward, and he's the Wizard.
Yeah. And he's the Wizard.
Who would build this?
The crazy guy who built the first LMD, the crazy super genius villain from this entire arc that we said, hey, much like, what's wrong with having Zola be one of our guys here at S.H.I.E.L.D.?
And wasn't
they said, this guy that was...
Isn't that how we
exactly?
That's how we got him. He was working with Ward. How do we not know he doesn't have a Ward hidden somewhere that he now reprograms? And it's like, look what I made. That could happen.
Well, the idea even in that is he just says, "Oh no, I just used Ward as a pattern." I have all these patterns of guys who died, and if and I think you'll get Triplet back in that way too. You'll get the actor who played Triplet back as one of these.
He got
one of these.
Charlie, I'm telling you right now, if they do this, you will lose the non-Marvel loving audience. The audience of people who watch shows like this because they enjoy the stories. Once you start bringing in things where you're bringing back to life characters and making them robots.
Yeah.
But they're not. It's not the character coming back.
But it doesn't matter. It's the actor.
Yeah, but the casual audience is going to see him show up on the commercial, and they're going to go, "Oh, seriously, what the hell?"
They're gonna. Yeah, they're. This is not going to happen.
They don't show it in the commercial. You just show the Wizard in the commercial, and then he's got the little hat on and
mask
Is it the Wiz from Steinfeld?
Yeah. The Wiz.
Exactly. Nobody beats the Wiz. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's call it a night.
We're done. That's it. Charlie, give your social media first since you were the last guy in.
Okay, you can always write to me in the old-fashioned email way at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. And, of course, you can always follow me on Twitter at Charlie Esser. That's CharlieEsser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle for quality.
And
quality.
Haven't you heard this before? Lil, do you listen to our network?
Sometimes. I don't listen to my own podcast.
Join the
That's
club.
all I listen to is my own podcast.
You know what? That's good, Charlie. You should. You're an interesting guy. Let's hear it, Alil.
I am on Twitter at LOGEEKZ for the League of Geeks podcast, and that's Geeks with a Z.
Excellent. And you know what? We're going to show Phil some love, too. You can follow him on Twitter at Nightwing PDP. And listen to him on All New Marvel Review and Super Connectivity with Charlie. And what else is he on? He's on World's Finest and like 50 different DC shows.
Yeah, if you just subscribe to the Legends of DC channel here on Southgate Media.
Yes, and that's like Phil is running that thing, and he's also got Before the Bat too.
Yes.
Yeah, but we don't promote DC here. This is a Marvel show, and Marvel.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to hear what you're up to.
Got to do that cross promotion. There's a lot of people who read both. LL. There's a lot of people who read both.
Choose one. You choose a side.
When Disney finally buys DC, we're going to get a crossover, and then it's okay. We're just doing a preemptive.
And then we get the Amalgam Universe.
Thor's magic hammer will destroy Superman.
Let there be the Amalgam Universe. That would be awesome. All right, and you can follow me at R Southgate, or if you look on here, follow me at Nuff Said Podcast. That's the show, but I usually do most of the tweeting from there. We have a Pinterest board, so just type in Nuff Said Podcast. We got a lot of cool Marvel stuff on there. Facebook page, like it, share it, like and share the episodes, and also please rate us and review us on iTunes or Google Play or wherever you get this podcast. It really helps other people find it. We're really trying to grow this audience. So last thing, you've got Nuff Said here. We've got a schedule now. We're doing Charlie's new Cage cast, where he's going through Luke Cage on Mondays. We have all new Marvel review on Tuesday, Super Connectivity on Wednesday, Nuff Said on Thursday. On Saturdays, now this has not happened properly because I keep screwing it up, but on Saturdays on our YouTube channel, Southgate Media Group's YouTube channel, and we might actually be creating a Nuff Said one just because there's so much. Phil and I do the all-new, or not all-new, we do the Mighty Nuff Said Reading Club, where we talk about comics. It's a lot of fun. We go through old story arcs from Marvel. It's just been really great. And thanks to Alil informing me that our server, our RSS server, will push right to YouTube. I'm working on artwork for every single show that fits the YouTube screen. So at some point, all of these will be available on YouTube. No more screwing around. There you go. That's it. Thank you for listening, everybody. We are out of here. Nuff said.
Nuff said.
Nuff said. Okay. Good night.